Charlie Munger made $2.6 billion using a system so simple that most people dismiss it immediately. He divided every investment opportunity into 3 buckets: yes, no, and too hard. That is it. 3 categories: no spreadsheets, no complex models, no 100-page reports, just 3 buckets. And he rejected 99% of everything into the no or too hard bucket. The 1% that made it into yes made him a billionaire. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to use this system for every financial decision you face. Not just investing, everything. Here is why this system works when everything else fails. Your brain is designed to overcomplicate decisions. More information feels like better decisions. But Munger discovered the opposite. More information usually leads to more confusion, more second-guessing, and more action. And in investing, more action almost always means worse results. The 3-bucket system works because it forces clarity. Every opportunity gets exactly 1 question first. Do I understand this? If the answer is no, it goes in the too hard bucket immediately. You do not research it further. You do not ask for opinions. You do not spend 3 weeks analyzing it. Too hard. Move on. Munger said, "We have 3 baskets: in, out, and too tough." And most decisions go into the too tough basket. That is not laziness. That is discipline. The discipline to admit what you do not understand and refuse to pretend otherwise. Quick question before I break down each bucket. Think about your last financial decision. Did you actually understand what you were buying? Or did you buy it because someone else said it was good? Be honest in the comments. I read every single one. And hit like if you want more frameworks like this. Bucket 1. Too hard. This is where 90% of opportunities go. And that is the point. Your coworker tells you about a cryptocurrency that tripled last month. Too hard. You do not understand blockchain consensus mechanisms. You cannot explain why this token has value. Too hard. A financial advisor recommends a structured product with a 14-page prospectus. Too hard. If you cannot explain it in 2 sentences, you do not understand it. And if you do not understand it, you cannot know when it is going wrong. Munger never invested in technology for decades. Not because he thought tech was bad. Because he could not predict which tech company would win. Too hard. He was mocked for missing Google, Amazon, and Facebook. He did not care. Because the things he did understand made him $2.6 billion without ever needing to understand tech. The too hard bucket is not about intelligence. It is about honesty. Bucket 2. No. This is for things you understand but that fail the quality test. You understand the restaurant industry, but this particular restaurant has no competitive advantage. Any new restaurant can open next door and steal customers. No, you understand retail, but this company has declining revenue, increasing debt, and no plan to fix either. No, you understand real estate. But this property is priced at 30% above comparable sales with no justification. No, the no bucket requires understanding first. You cannot say no to something you do not understand. That goes in too hard. No is reserved for things you understand clearly and can see are bad deals. Munger said, "All I want to know is where I am going to die, so I will never go there." The no bucket is your map of where financial death lives. Overpriced assets. Declining businesses. Anything that requires hope instead of math. Bucket 3. Yes, this is the smallest bucket. Munger made maybe 20 major investment decisions in his entire career. 20. Over 60 years. That is 1 every 3 years. The yes bucket has the strictest criteria. You understand the business completely. It has a durable competitive advantage that competitors cannot easily copy. Management is honest and competent. And the price is reasonable relative to the value. All 4 must be true simultaneously. Not 3 out of 4, all 4. If any single criterion fails, it goes back to no or too hard. This is why Munger waited years between investments. He was not lazy. He was waiting for all 4 conditions to align. And when they did, he bet big. Concentrated positions. High conviction. Because when something passes all 4 filters, you do not need diversification. You need courage. Here is how to apply this beyond investing. The 3-bucket system works for every financial decision. Should I buy this house? Can I explain why it is worth this price in 2 sentences? No, too hard. Do I understand the neighborhood, the market, the risks? Yes. Does it meet all my criteria? No, it is overpriced. No bucket. Should I take this job offer? Do I understand what they actually want from me? Too hard if the role is vague. Do I understand it but the compensation is below market? No. Do I understand it? The role is clear, the pay is fair, and it aligns with my goals? Yes. Should I start this business? Can I explain how it makes money in 2 sentences? If not, too hard. The power is in the speed of the no. Most people agonize over decisions for weeks. Munger decides in minutes. Because the framework does the thinking for you. Here is the key takeaway. The Munger 3-bucket system is not about finding great investments. It is about eliminating bad ones fast. 90% goes to too hard. 9% goes to no. 1% gets a yes. And that 1% is where all the money is made. The system works because it removes ego from the equation. Admitting too hard is not weakness. It is the most profitable sentence in investing. Munger proved that you do not need to understand everything. You need to understand a few things deeply and have the discipline to ignore the rest. Start today. Every financial decision. 3 buckets. Yes, no, too hard. Most things are too hard. And that is perfectly fine. If this framework just simplified your entire approach to money, subscribe. We share one evidence-based investing framework every week. Tell me in the comments, what is one thing you have been agonizing over that probably belongs in the too hard bucket? I read every single one. Build wealth with patience, not panic. Calm investors.